And welcome to Hannity. Breaking news tonight about the facts of the Boston bombers. It's getting scarier by the minute, and the reality that the older of the two brothers exhibited many signs of radicalization is now becoming more evident. We learned today that the FBI told lawmakers that the Boston bombing suspect's mothers knew, possibly as early as 2011, that her older son had been radicalized, reportedly telling other family members in text messages that she felt he was willing to die for Islam. Now, we're also learning that Jabbar, the younger brother, told the FBI during questioning that his older brother was, in fact, the mastermind of the plot and that he was only recently recruited to help him carry out this plan. But as investigators pieced together their case, the parents held a dramatic press conference where the mother delivered the single most bizarre comment to date. Now, watch as she says that her sons are actually innocent and then goes on to blame the United States of America.
After your conversations with the American officials, do you now accept that it was your children who carried out the attacks in Boston?
No, I don't, and I won't. Never.
I would prefer not to live in America now. Why did I even go there? Why? I thought America is gonna protect us, our kids. It's gonna be safe for any reason, but it happened opposite. My kids America took my kids away from me. Only America. I'm sure that my kids were not involved in anything.
Did you notice any changes in it?
That's what it is. We should see the changing, right? Any change, any whatever is there, we should feel. I should feel it.
They already want me, him, and all of us to look at the terrorists. So,
Who has been saying that you were a terrorist?
Well, the news are telling some kind of, I don't know, where is it from? It's from America.
And it gets stranger. In other interviews, she's quoted as saying that the bombing was actually staged and that the blood at the scene was nothing more than paint. Wow. Here with reaction to these bizarre comments, Brigitte Gabriel from Act for America and Michael Ghouse. He's from the America Together Foundation. Now, you know, Brigitte, I go to this fact. We learned the FBI purged the training manuals for their agents to remove any references to radical jihadists. We can't fight a war on terror against these radicals if, in fact, we're not willing to identify them. The second thing, not only did Russia warn us, the CIA warned us, the FBI knew about the guy, they interviewed the guy, and yet he has an entire YouTube channel dedicated to radicalism. There's something wrong. We have an unwillingness in this country to identify radical Islamic jihad, and it starts with the president. You are in a Muslim country. Why is there this fear to identify radicals for who they are?
There's a huge fear. And by the way, I was in a Christian country which was taken over by Muslims. It's not fear, it's willful blindness. And that goes from the top down, starting with President Obama, who as soon as he became president, he changed the threat assessment plan to purge out and take out any language related to radical Islam, Islamic jihadism, Islamic terrorism. And what that led to, Sean, is the blind leading the blind, because our new agents at the FBI, who are not trained to identify the ideology that is driving the jihadists to commit terrorist attacks like this. So now our agents who are supposed to protect us do not really know what they're looking for. They're running in circles. They are politically correct. They are afraid to say anything, those who get it, lest they are afraid to be fired and discharged without honor from their service. And that's why it's costing our country not only lives, but we have become the mockery of the Islamic world, who laughs at us because our enemy knows we are blind and we are choosing our blindness and burying our head in the sand.
I think I can't say it any better. Mike, look, you are a Muslim, but you're moderate. You've spoken out against radicalism. I give you all the credit for that. Here's the problem. You do not recognize what I do, and I think what Brigitte believes, and that is those that have bought into radicalism, their numbers are many. Everyone keeps saying moderate. The moderates, as whatever numbers they are, I can't give you exact numbers, nobody can. They are intimidated into silence. they will not say that, that our religion is being hijacked. Why don't more moderates like yourself come out and speak out loudly against radicalism?
Sean, thank you very much. They are doing it, but not enough people. And I think you are giving a venue for me to speak out. If more television stations and radio stations give an opportunity, we can build a momentum. Just today, Sean, I was able to put together 50 Muslims from across America who are willing to speak out. Each time something like this happens, they're willing to speak out strongly.
All right, that's
against
50
radicalization.
people. But think about in Egypt. I warned you the Muslim Brotherhood that was going to happen. It did happen, and they are enemies of Israel, and we're stupid enough to provide them F-16s and tanks and money, which I think is insane. But you see the rise of radicalism everywhere. It's now happening all over Africa, all over the Middle East.
I want to go back to what Brigitte said earlier. It is like this, Sean. Obama is doing one thing right, and that is not calling everybody Muslims, radicals, or radical Islam. That is the right thing. Let me give you an example. There are 2,700 rapes in New York in 2010 and 800 murders. If I tell you guys from New York are murderers and rapists, is that the right thing to do? No, it is wrong.
But the difference is the radical Islamic groups, they want to wipe Israel off the map. They are anti-Semitic, they are anti-American, and they are clear in their goal. They want a worldwide caliphate, and they're willing to sacrifice their own children and present a false reward of 72 virgins, Brigitte.
Yes, they are. And we are seeing the rise of radicals here within our own country, Sean. In the last 4 years since President Obama became president, we have arrested on American soil 226 homegrown terrorists. 186 of them are Muslims. We have a problem in this country when a faith-based group that accounts for less than 2% of the American population is responsible for over 80% of terrorist attacks or plots against the United States. That's a problem.
But Brigitte,
and by the way,
do we have to consider, but do we then have to consider that if somebody grows up under Sharia law, that maybe they have been indoctrinated into values that are so contrary to American values that maybe they're not a good fit to come into this country? Maybe, especially in the treatment of women, the belief in Sharia law as implemented in a lot of these countries. What do you think?
Sean, there is a real problem among the Muslims and Hindus or Christian immigrants to the United States. Their children lead two lives, one to show it off to the parents, one their own life in their schools. This duality in the children is causing a lot of pain. This guy, Zohar, I think to his mother, he was probably acting as a good child, but outside he was different. His mother really did not know what was going through his own child. Wait a minute, that's not true. Just like, and then we're stupid enough when we do catch them.
His mother knew.
We give him Miranda rights so that he can shut up, and then we don't learn anything about where maybe the money came, any foreign ties, any terror cells, sleeper cells that may be here in America. It's nuts. We're walking on eggshells because I think we're walking on eggshells because people are afraid to speak the truth. And the truth is radical Islamic jihadists want to kill us, and their numbers are far greater than people want to admit.
Absolutely.
No, Sean,
the national security list is 540,000 people. That's not just a minority. Over 500,000 people are on the government watch list. That's a major problem. We need to throw political correctness in the garbage where it belongs and start calling a spade a spade.
Last word, Michael.
Well, Sean, I think in the end, there is radicalism among Muslims, and we need to speak out, and we are speaking. If you Google it, there is plenty of it out there.
Thank you for being
with us. Muslims are as sick of these people as anybody else.
And thank you both.